Simon, a first win away from home since August today. How good does it feel to get that monkey off your back?
Yeah, well, it was long overdue, wasn't it? I said that in the changing room that we didn't want the performance, from last week, and we wanted to forget that by bouncing back. And I also stated, let's be honest, we haven't won away from home since August. It's been ages, far too long. We've got ability in the ranks, but we wanted grit, and we wanted people to carry out their roles with responsibility. And they did that today from start to finish, and that's why we've earned a convincing victory.
And who'd have thought back in August that the goal scorers would have been our unlikely strike partnership of Simon Ainge and Louis Swain? How well did you feel those two did today?
Thought they were a physical handful throughout the game. It's a problem, isn't it, for opposing defenders when they come up against the might of those two. But Ainge again on the score sheet, the far post, finding space, and not only is a handful, he's got that knack of being in the right spot at the right time. He's got a cracking record up front for us. So we're delighted with that aspect, but also Swaney, a big athlete who'll run people down, and again a brave boy, so you're not going to find two more aggressive forwards than that.
Well, they personified the type of display you needed today. I mean, the surface, it was more like being at Blackpool than Boston with the amount of sand on the pitch, but how does that affect you? We're used to 3G, we're used to getting the ball down and playing. It required a different sort of performance to get the win today, didn't it?
Well, anything was required better than last week. We had the perfect pitch to play on last week, but we didn't do the business and we let people down, and big numbers turned up. So it's been a hard week. It was certainly a hard Sunday. Got to work on the Monday. We had a plan, myself and the backroom staff, and drew it out and said, right, let's do shape every day of training, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then we'll pick the team from there. But the lads have grabbed hold of it today. There's only so much training we can do. It's down to them whether they get the result at the end of the day, and they certainly deserve the plaudits today.
And I think they will take the plaudits. I know the fans were delighted with the result. Our fans again travelled in numbers. Fantastic support for the lads.
Yeah, when it came down the tunnel, I mean, I played here for a short spell and the very partisan, but I could hear the voices of Harrogate Town faithful in the corner there, and they were awesome. And they really did drive us on, and that's what we've got to play like that to repay that faith, because they have grown in numbers over the last year or so, and they know what we're trying to do here, and we can't let them down like last week. And I'll constantly remind everyone in the club that this is what we've got to do. This is the type of performance and the level and the standard that we have to reach and attain every week.
You said during the week we're still going to fight tooth and nail for this, and you still believe that we're in with a shout at the playoffs. The results today just go to show there's nothing to be taken for granted in this league. Salford beating Fylde and Darlington drawing. We're still in the race, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, probably outsiders will feel we're rank outsiders, but we've got to show more consistency. To get the probability factor up to where we want it. Where we're nailed on, with in the last few weeks. But there's a lot to do, and what I don't want to do is overhype it, where expectation levels go through the roof, and then we have a flat performance like last week. We've got to be fired up. We've got to think grit first and foremost, and then from there it gives us a platform to go and play.
Well, of course, no matter what happens this year, we've all got half an eye on next season and the changes that's happening to the club. The performance from some of those players out there today, they look like they were really playing for their full-time contracts next year.
Yeah, well, that's what I said in the changing room after last week. A lot got said, probably too much, but there's that goal of first, of full-time football next year. Some clubs haven't got that. They don't know, what the situation is with the club. We've got continuity. That consistency of message here, where you go, come on, we want to get to go places. We want to do it with the right kind of foundation. So the challenge was there for today, but it's not just today. We can't just do it today and then let people down next week. We've got to have consistent people doing it every week.
And consistency, I guess, will be the message now going into the last few games of the season. And some of these players are playing for their places, but more importantly, playing for the badge on the shirt and pride for Harrogate Town.
Well, that's it. I often say that, you're playing for the badge, and the badge has got to mean enough. And, it meant enough for the supporters to turn up today and sing their hearts out from the start to finish. And I think no one can deny us saying, actually, they were repaid that today. And you could tell it meant, everything. The badge meant everything for the players. on that pitch. There were blocks going in, tackles going in, people aggressive when necessary, and doing things right. And thanks. And at the end of the day, you know, we've got to continue with that mindset. It's not all about flair all the time, is it? What people want to see is wholehearted performances. So there can be no shortage of passion from the sideline, and the lads will get used to that.
A great result today, Simon. Congratulations.
Cheers.